Hi, this is Gina at Positivity Past 50 and welcome back. In this episode, in this video, I would like to talk about travel safety over the age of 50 and what it takes to feel more confident and more safe with just a few purchases and a few things to know that will make your trip, whether in the US or overseas, very successful. Traveling over the age of 50 can be the best because we've raised our kids. Most of us have maybe paid off our houses and we have the extra money to spend where we can go on several trips a year if we wish to. And so the time to go is now, and going safely is what matters. Because if you feel confident, you feel like you will book the next trip because you had such a good time because everything went as smooth as possible. There will be mishaps, but if with planning, maybe those mishaps will be few and far between. So in this video, I'm going to share with a few things that you can purchase and also some things that you can be aware of, such as ATM safety and what you can do with your bank cards and how to handle your purse, things like that I think will help you feel more confident when you go out. So one of the things that you can buy very inexpensively on Amazon would be a phone lanyard. And this is my second one that I have bought. The first one I bought was gray and kind of dull. Then I saw some in Venice that I thought, oh, those are kind of pretty. So I kind of upgraded. This one is a silver chain. It comes with this feature right here. I'm currently using my cell phone, so I can't quite show you, but here's an extra cell phone we have. It does not have the case. So picture this with the case. So you take the case off, put this right about here, reassemble the case, put it back on, and so then you have a lanyard for phone snatchers. When we were headed to Venice, I had read lots of articles about how phone snatching is really on the rise. When I had gone to London and Paris, cell phone was of course were being used, but I had not read any articles about that, but that was some years ago. I had not traveled to Europe before. Well, we went to Switzerland, but I didn't read any art. That was in 2019. And so in 2019, I had not read much about phone snatching until it's really starting to pick up. It's one of the major crimes. They're small crimes, but it's still a crime when they ride near you on a bicycle or just come near you and they'll snatch your phone while you happen to just have it out. Maybe you're looking for directions. You have your map pulled up. They'll snatch your phone. And so this gives you the comfort of at least it's going to be a struggle, because this is very dependable. And so this is my phone lanyard. And then it's also, I went to Amsterdam with it in March, and I didn't really suspect too much phone snatching. It became just super handy because I would tuck it into my purse. And then when I need my phone, I just guided my hand down the lanyard, pulled it out very quickly. It just became something I depended on just to have my phone just ready and available at all times. So I love my phone lanyard. Another inexpensive thing to buy would be an RDIF blocker. This is what it looks like. I have two. Walmart had a special on two for like $16, and so I picked the red one. And so inside you have your cards that are kept safe from the scammers. Something that they can hold up, they bring close to your wallet. It can take the data off your card, from what I know. I will link an article below that you can read more about this. And so I have an RDIF blocker. And then my purse also has an RDIF blocker. Well, one of my purses does, and I will show you. So this purse is my everyday purse, and it's a really great travel purse, except it is real leather, and I kind of find that heavy for the travel that I like to do when I'm overseas, or even when I'm in the US, even though I think it's a fabulous travel purse. It's made by the company Minoy, and I will link that below too. I also have a video about this travel purse in depth and the other one I'm about to show you. But the feature about the RDIF is what I'm talking about right now. According to the website, this is an RDIF blocker purse, because where your cards go, it goes inside here into the little pockets on the inside. And so the RDIF blocking is inside here. This is not the purse that I typically take overseas. However, like I said, it's a great travel purse because it comes with its own locks. Some people like the fact that it's real leather as a selling point. It is real leather. You can lock these And then that is secure. No one can get to that without your knowledge. And they have them on the top as well. Little locks that you can put the ring around. Like that. I don't use them in town. I think it's too much of a hassle. But it is fabulous for safety. And so I do like this purse. And so since I don't use this purse to travel in, I'll show you what I do use. This is just an inexpensive travel purse by Amazon. This does not have any RDIF blocking that I'm aware of. It's just made of the type of fabric that is slash proof here, because people will come up and slash your straps here. It happened to a friend of mine. She had on a front facing kind of backpack. When she got back to the hotel, they had tried to slash it. There was a cut about halfway through. I think they just had to give up because her backpack strap was long enough. Maybe their knife was not sharp enough, but she had evidence of the cutting. So it can happen. But this is the purse I like because it's just so incredibly lightweight. That's why I need an RDIF blocker wallet so that I can put it on the inside. What I also do is I buy these, since it does not have the locks like the other purse that I have, I buy these locks on Amazon. You can get quite a package. These are the large ones. You can get quite a package for like $10. So this is an inexpensive purchase to keep your items safe. And what I did was I had my passport, my wallet, inside the small part, zipped it up, and then clipped like that. And so I know that my wallet and my passport are safe. And then here I would have like a bottle of water. I carried a small umbrella. And then this is also where my phone would go, but my phone is also hooked to my silver lanyard to keep it safe. And so I would just drop the phone in there. I would keep this open. I'm not worried because there's nothing valuable that I kept in the main compartment. Just maybe some little tourist things, water, umbrella, nothing that if they stole it, it doesn't matter to me really. And then my phone was attached to a lanyard, so my phone was safe. And I always, of course, carry it up front anyways. And you need to pay attention to how your purse is constructed. This does not have what I'm about to show you. This is a good construction because there are no little clamps. I'm going to show you on my other purse. So check your straps, how they're joined right here. Let me bring my other purse back. And if your purse is like this, there is a hack. This would not be very safe. Let me show you against the white part of my shirt. Do you see that there is a latch? See, that can be opened, and then they just slip the strap away from you. But if your purse happens to have that, and that is the purse you intend to take with you, there's a hack for that. Go ahead and keep it closed, but what you do before you leave, you just run a zip tie from this part to this part and zip tie that shut. Now, I know that they could probably slash a zip tie just as easy, but by then you probably know something is going on. Plus, if it is in the front of you, they're not getting to it really anyways. Even on a subway, if you are really close in body contact with people, you probably have your hands like this anyways. So I would probably put a zip tie just for added security. And so another tip, and this is not really for your safety, it is kind of for your financial safety. Before you leave, months before you leave, check to see if the country that you're going to rent a car requires an international driver's permit. So when we went to Italy, we had to have an international driver's permit. That is one of the countries. And so check to see if you have to have this. It is only good for 1 year, and you can get it at your AAA in town. You do not have to be a AAA member because I am not one. Not that I have a problem with it, I just don't have it. But this one expired this year. I'm going next year, so as soon as this is November, so when January hits, I'll probably go back into AAA and reapply for it. So this is my international driving permit. So as a safety measure, financially, check ahead on that. And now I want to talk about some ATM safety. This took me a while to figure out. I had to watch lots of YouTube videos on this. One thing that I had to keep remembering, and I came up with a saying for this, so this might help you. when you put your money in, when you put your card into the ATM, you're going to be asked a question about whether you want to convert to US dollars or stay in the local currency. Stay in the local currency. Apparently the conversion rate back to US dollars will just take a little bit more of your money than you want. And you want to, whether it be at a restaurant, whenever you're using your card and you are prompted, do you want this switched into US dollars? You decline it. And this is my saying. My saying is when in Rome. And that helps me remember, all right, when in Rome, stick to the local currency. When in Rome, do as Romans do. Stick to the local currency. And also, when you're at an ATM, don't choose one that's freestanding. There is one, and I'll put the link down below, and because I can't remember the name of it right now. There's one that is known for kind of charging very high fees. What you want to do is the safest way is to go to an actual bank. You probably won't find your bank there, but find an actual brick and mortar bank, or the ATM is attached to that bank. That is your most safest bet to where you're going to get the best conversion rate when you actually make your transaction. And remember, don't switch to US dollars when in Rome. So stick to local currency to get the best rate. And so another thing you need to look for, the scammers, I think they're called the skimmers. Those are the plastic. It's like a mock set of numbers that look identical to the actual numbers. All you need to do is take your fingernail and try to start peeling that off to see if it's a sticker. And then also wiggle the part that you put your card into, wiggle that. I do that at gas stations every time I go to a gas station, even in Tennessee. Apparently it's on a tremendous rise. I've been reading several articles. I'll put one article below if I can link that, where you can click that article and see how much on the rise those skimmers are. And so you want to cover your ATM number because you don't want a camera facing down. You want to cover to put your number in. You want to, before you put it in, check for peeling, wiggle that thing, make sure it's not something that snaps off. That's how they steal your data. And then continue your transaction. If somebody comes up to help you, decline the help. If you're with somebody, like for example, if I'm either traveling with a friend or my husband, I don't go really by myself. I always like a companion to go with me. Have that person turn around, face the other way. You don't want both of your backs to the public. So one of you turn around, one of you do the transaction. If somebody comes up to help, just politely decline, and that can help you stay safe. Another tip about staying safe with your cards is one thing you might consider looking into a VPN. And I happen to use the NordVPN, and it is a way to send, the way I understand it is when you log into your banking app, no matter whether you're overseas, at your local airport, anywhere that there might be public hackers that are trying to steal your data, a VPN creates a tunnel that kind of hides you all the way to your banking information. Not exactly sure that's the best description, but that's kind of what I have in my head. It sends you incognito through. And so what you're not supposed to do is if you go to a place that has free Wi-Fi, such as coffee shops or airports or train stations that offer the free Wi-Fi, don't log into your ATM. Not your ATM. Don't log into your banking app. You don't know who's out there with better technology that is trying to steal your data and therefore also your money. So you want to either use a VPN or wait till you are back home. And what I did last time I went to Amsterdam, we stayed about 10 days. I just used my credit card and I never once checked my ATM. I keep saying ATM, not my ATM. I never once checked my banking app for my balance. I did not want to be on my banking information while I was in a place that I did not know was secure. And so I just used my credit card, and then I paid back my credit card once I got home from all my purchases. Now this is kind of an organizational strategy that keeps some of my information safe, mainly in case something does happen and my credit card or debit card is stolen, or I just lose it. I could basically just lose it. What I do before I go abroad is I write down on an email, I type in the name of my bank, my card number, and the phone number for customer service for the lost and stolen section number. And I do that with my debit card, my credit card, and my passport, and I email it to myself. and I email it to my husband if he's not with me, or I'll email it to my best friend if I'm with my husband and we're both gone. And so, because if my phone is lost, I can't access my numbers that I have to call. And so, but I can access my email from like the hotel computer. I could even if I had to go to a digital cafe to rent a computer for a moment, I can still get to my email. And then I also, if I've emailed it to my friend, they can pull it up and then they can get me my information so I can go to my bank and try to report my card lost or stolen. So I've also taken paper copies of my passport and my debit card and credit card, and I keep it in a separate compartment so that I have access to it. So I've done a digital copy and I have done paper copies. So that can help you feel a little more comfortable. If something does happen, you can immediately get your cards locked so nobody's taking your money. So I hope these ideas have helped you feel a little more confident when you're traveling, especially over the age of 50, when things can get a little crazy and there's so much research out there that you don't know how to dwindle it down. And so just remember, it is still safe to travel. It is still fun to travel, and traveling after your 50s is the best. And so just remember, keep your purse with you, keep it strapped cross-body. Don't take your phone out and put it on the table while you're eating. Keep it on the lanyard. Keep your crossbody on. If you do decide to take your crossbody off, a lot of people will wrap the strap around their leg and then through their purse so that it cannot be snatched at that time. And just let people know where you are. Let somebody have your itinerary that's at home and all the hotels and all the phone numbers to the hotels so that they can find you if they need you. And just be generally self-aware and try to enjoy yourself. If you make these preparations ahead of time, then I think that you will have a great time. Thank you for watching. This is Gina at Positivity Past 50, and if this was helpful at all, if you would leave a like, a comment, if you subscribe, I would be most appreciative. Thank you.